What's up, what's up? We have got an off-race matchup today. This is going to be a PvT, at least for now, between the blue Protoss Timbo Slice and the red Terran Kevin Lee. So again, this is off-race. Both players are Zerg players. They do not really know how to play the current races that they are. So expect to see some pretty awful play, and should be a bit of a clown fiesta, should be wacky, and hopefully we see some good games. We've got Kevin, our Terran, opening up with a low ground supply depot and barracks. Gonna be walling off this natural choke. And Timbo not going for a wall, going for in-base buildings. And that's typically fine against Terran. There's not as much chance of a run-by. But there is a chance. I mean, Kevin could go for maybe like Hellions or something. Could drive by. And Kevin gonna be getting that tech lab. No units just yet. No Reaper, no Marine. Going for the tech lab. Going for a second barracks. And no command center just yet. Timbo going for a cybernetics core and a forge. Now, I don't know if this forge is just going to be for upgrades, or does he want to throw down a couple pylons to maybe defend this expansion that he has just started up. And now we see Kevin going for a Reaper and Stim. It was kind of weird to have gotten this tech lab and just to get a Reaper anyways. You don't need a tech lab to get Reapers anymore. That was changed many years ago. Maybe he just wanted the earlier stim. Not really sure what's that all about. And Timbo does have a Stalker ready, so this Reaper probably won't do nada. Maybe if he got it earlier. But he's gonna hop on in, throw a little grenade, be a little annoying. And these probes, what are you guys doing? Hello? Okay, some laziness over here from the probes. This Reaper did survive. And now Kevin getting a reactor on barracks number 2, getting Marauders from barracks number 1, and going for a factory now. He's got double gas. Not mining 3 out of 3 from this one. And his own expansion about to complete. Reaper dives in once again. Gonna be annoying once again. Timbo pulling probes, losing that valuable mining time. Doesn't accomplish anything, and once again pulling all the probes into natural. That's a lot of lost mining time, and even if this Reaper gets nothing, that's already enough damage. I don't like that worker pull at all. I do think this Reaper got 1 kill actually, so things shaping up pretty nicely for the Terran player. These Nexi have a lot of energy. He should be using that to chrono boost something. And this forge that he got pretty early on, not being utilized at all. No upgrades, no cannons, so why though? And it looks like just gonna be gateways out of Timbo. Kevin gonna try to run in once again with the Reaper, but 2 Stalkers I think should finally end that Reaper's escapades. But it did see all of these buildings, I think, so Kevin should have a pretty good idea. And considering he's off racing, Kevin doing a pretty good job spending his money. Timbo, on the other hand, not, but you know, it's par for the course for Timbo Slice, who is now walling up the front. 3 more gateways. I mean, that's a lot of production, but you gotta use it, right? He only has 2 stalkers this whole entire game. You've got like, what is that? 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, going up to 8 gateways, and you're not producing anything. 1K minerals in the bank. Hello, finally getting upgrades going. But yeah, the production, I mean, please. And Timbo going for a proxy pylon with a gateway, so that's going to help him warp in quicker on the other side of the map. But look at this supply, 47 from Timbo. He has so much money in the bank. Hello. He's got no future tech. He's not going for Robo. He's not going for Stargate, Twilight Council, anything like that. These 2 stalkers, the only 2 stalkers he ever got. And now finally warping in some additional stuff. And I think these units passed each other. So I don't know if either of them saw, but alright, we're gonna see them just pass by each other. Timbo's gonna try to run in, gonna spot that tank, and he's sticking around, eating this tank fire. Hello? He is maybe preoccupied with this drop back at home. Pylon overcharge, shield battery overcharge going down. That's gonna help with the defense, and Timbo does clean up. Loses all his stalkers on the other side of the map. And second forge, interesting. I mean, he got 1 upgrade from the first forge, I guess. Now Timbo looks like he wants to go for another attack. Kevin, I was praising him earlier, but now he is not spending his money. 2K in the bank. This third at risk of going down. You gotta lift it off if you wanna save it. Is it too late? These stalkers gonna chase, and yeah, they are gonna get it. That's a nice pick off from Timbo, but he can't really move in with all these tanks, and he doesn't have blink or anything. He's sticking around. He's eating tons of tank fire once again. This is ill-advised, but does he have enough? I don't think so. No upgrades from our Terran player, only stim, not even combat shields or the concussive shells for the Marauders. And Timbo, 2 forges, he only has +1 attack, but that's an advantage for him, and he's going for a 3rd base. He is getting that blink finally, spending a little bit of the energy to chrono boost that. 3rd base underway. And Kevin got so much money. If he just threw down some additional production, he is going down 2 factories. I mean, I think you could use a few more with all this money you got, and he desperately needs a 3rd, but Timbo kind of containing him, almost, unintentionally even. Warping in sentries. I don't know if Timbo even knows what these units do, but they can use that Guardian Shield ability, which reduces ranged damage by 2, so that could be pretty useful against a bio. And force fields, a bit more difficult to use, but oh, gonna catch that drop. Right place at the right time situation there. Timbo gonna move forward once again. Blink not ready. Drops a random force field. Goes for a hallucination. That's gonna help with the scouting. He's gonna be able to see how many tanks there are, and pops the Guardian Shield. Alright, not bad. Maybe I underestimated you, Timbo. But this is still a difficult position to attack into. accidental pickup there from Kevin. And Timbo gonna break down the wall a little bit, but he can't really move forward, so he needs to think about a transition here. His blink has finished, but I don't know if blinking in would be a great idea either. There are quite a few tanks here. But Timbo does have a third, so he is pretty well off economically, and he is going in. This is crazy! He's gonna jump in, eat a bunch of tank shots. He's gonna get 3 of them at the cost of his entire army. Might get the 4th. Yes, does get it repaired, not in time. But like I said, losing his entire army. And now Kevin with a supply lead somehow. Still a ton of minerals and gas in the bank. And Timbo, despite that atrocious fight, he is okay. I mean, he's at 3 bases. Another medevac! Oh my god! Kevin has been so unlucky with these drops. And Kevin, he was trying to go for that third. Now he has to relocate. Gonna think about this other third location. That might be a little bit better. Timbo looking to intercept. Maybe gave Kevin a little too much warning. He is able to pull that command center back and save it. And Timbo now just stalkers. He's gonna once again eat a lot of tank fire. You gotta get something else, I feel. Maybe like charged zealots, maybe DTs. Like stalkers by themselves, it's gonna take a lot to break this many tanks. But Timbo, he is going up to 4 bases. He might just be able to brute force this in the end. And I think he's thinking of blinking into the main, but you need vision for that. Goes for a hallucination. That's smart. And yeah, he's gonna blink into the main. That's a big boy move. Is it gonna pay off? Only part of his army is able to get in there. Is it gonna be enough? He gets the 2 high ground tanks, but there's still a lot of tanks on the low ground. Shelling out the damage. I don't like this position. Just like go for the mineral line or something. It's taking so much unnecessary damage here. I'm gonna lose all these stalkers, I guess. Was it worth it? I'm gonna go on a limb and say no. Let's do a little predictions. How many resources have been lost by each player? I want to say Timbo has lost 7,000 more. Let's take a look. I don't know the math, but yeah, he's lost quite a bit more. Let's see, 3,000 more minerals, about 2,000 gas. So yeah, but Timbo able to pull it off in the end with just stalkers, I guess. Alright, welcome back to game number 2. This is once again an off-race PvT between this man, the blue Protoss, currently up 1-0, Timbo Slice, and the red Terran, Kevin Lee. Pretty wonky game number 1 there, but Timbo with the macro just able to mine so much more minerals so he could afford to just throw away his stalkers, blink in, pick off a few tanks here and there, lose everything, and just do it again because he had the mining to support that. And on the other end of things, Kevin was restricted to 2 base pretty much the entire game and tried to go for some drops that got picked off in the middle of the map, kind of unluckily there. And yeah, never really got his footing in that game. Gonna need to see a little bit more polished play out of the Terran player, who is going for a high ground wall this game. Once again, going for a tech lab first, but before any units. I wonder if he's going to go for a delayed Reaper once again. I do feel like if he goes for a Reaper right away, that he could find some damage, because Timbo tends to not make units too early. He is going for a cannon this time around, once again with the early forge. And this is a weird position. I guess it's like a... Oh, alright. Are you listening to this or what? But as I was saying, the cannon there is a weird position because let's say the Reaper jumps in, he spots that cannon, he just goes around like this way and avoids the cannon altogether. But Timbo cancels that, starts up his Stalker, so he's going to be safe against Reapers anyway, which Kevin did get, the delayed Reaper. Not really sure the inspiration behind this tech lab into Reaper and then not using that tech lab for anything, but okay. And now Kevin going for double starport. He has his double gas. Going for a tech lab on the factory. I wonder if that's just going to be for the Swapperoonie. And Timbo going for air as well. Is Kevin going to be able to get that scout? It looks like... Ooh, cheeky there. Little cancel from Timbo. But I don't think Kevin even made his way in there, so... kind of mind-gamed himself there, Timbo. And now, the double starport. Fusion core on the way. I don't know if you can support 2-port BCs on just one base. And I don't know about all these tech labs. What's going on here? Why does every building have a tech lab and none of them are being utilized? But BCs, they are quite expensive. 400 minerals, 300 gas. So Kevin, by the time this finishes, he'll have enough money for one, I suppose. Yeah, two starport not really gonna be utilized just yet. I feel like Kevin's trying to do too much at once, going for the expansion as well. And again, these tech labs utterly useless right now. Timbo going for Void Rays, and that is the proper counter to battle cruisers. It's pretty simple. They can just activate their prismatic alignment. They do a ton of damage to armored units. And yeah, I favor Timbo in this spot. Kevin going for a double expansion. That's kind of wild. Again, second starport being useless right now. Researching Yamato Cannon as well. I would have preferred to see the second BC first. Let's see how this goes. If he's gonna just warp in, he might die outright. Timbo already has 2 Void Rays, 3rd on the way, 4th on the way, Fleet Beacon on the way, and Timbo doing a pretty good job probing up. He's already on 39, going up to 41 soon. Money scan out of Kevin to spot these Void Rays and the Fleet Beacon, so Kevin might want to think twice about continuing BC production. Goes for a Liberator, that's interesting. That's not really going to be too helpful against anything, really. Might just have been a misclick because the hotkey for Battlecruisers is B and the hotkey for Liberators is N. So right next to each other. Might have been a fat finger. Now he's shifting into Vikings, which is also not the best counter to Void Rays. And Timbo, he is just committing to Void Rays. He's getting more. He's getting the Flux Veins. That's the speed upgrade. He's going for a double air upgrades. And yeah, we're going to see a good old-fashioned sky battle, it looks like. And currently I favor Timbo still in this matchup. 1 Battlecruiser, 2 Vikings, and a Liberator. That's a pretty awkward army here. And Timbo with the upgrades as well. He already has the +1, +2 on the way, +1 armor on the way, and Kevin only just now getting his armor raised, so he can start those soon, I guess. 3rd command center is still a command center. And here come the Void Rays. They're gonna come looking for trouble, and they're gonna find it. Gonna pick off that Liberator real quick. The BC gonna go down. Repair not good enough. And these Void Rays, they're gonna clean up everything? Question mark. Yes, does get the last Viking. So, yeah. Timbo with a pretty decisive move there. Committing against the repairs, and it was a little bit dicey. It's hard to tell whether or not you have enough. But now 2 Void Rays, I don't think that's going to be enough. You need to get out of there. And he does save 1 for now. Might find a few more SUVs in the natural. Eats a Yamato and sticks around. Oh no! You could have saved him. Rip. Yeah, so losing those, how many was that? 4 or 5 Void Rays there. 5 Void Rays, but he does pick off a good amount of stuff from the Terran, so I think that was a good trade. Kevin flying across with 2 Vikings? Okay, let's see if he can land these and get some damage, I guess. He is going to land them. Now, keep in mind, Vikings landed do some bonus damage versus mechanical, which all Protoss units happen to be. So, 10 probes, lickety split, just like that. Yeah, I had my doubts, but that was pretty good, I guess. Two Vikings for 10 probes, not too shabby, I suppose. Timbo going up to his 3rd base, getting a 4th as well, but his probe count not stellar, to say the least. Only 41. Of course, he lost 10 just now, and Kevin feeling confident enough to shift back into Battlecruiser production. He's got 3 currently, and Timbo, he's still going for Void Rays, but doesn't really have that many. 6 Void Rays. And yeah, Void Rays still counter BCs, but I mean, the BCs can drop a few Yamatos, and then it's pretty close, I feel. Kevin has been on 3 bases for some time now. Timbo flies in with his Void Ray. He's going to pick off some workers, but probably don't want to stick around. The Yamatos take out 1 Void Ray. Another one is very low. It does take a Yamato and a little bit to pick off a Void Ray. So in come the battle cruisers again for the defense. Another 2 Yamatos take out 2 more Void Rays. So yeah, pretty good defense from Kevin. You need more Void Rays, Timbo. And I think he could benefit from another Stargate, but he goes for 3 more. That's a little wild. But I don't think you can support that many, but okay. Let's go with it. 3 Void Rays, continuing Void Ray production. I wouldn't mind seeing him shift into Tempests. Tempests do bonus damage versus massive units, such as the Battlecruiser. So that could be a helpful unit to supplement. But Kevin, quite wealthy right now. 2k minerals in the bank, 900 in gas. So should be churning out more battle cruisers. Got to utilize all your starports, all your production. Kevin is going for double upgrades now, which is nice. He's going to need to catch up in the upgrade department. Timbo going for +3, +2. So he does have quite a lead in that regards for now. And now 5 Stargates just chugging along, producing Void Rays. I'd like to see him spend some more of this energy. Look at how much purple is on these Nexuses. Just chrono boost some of these Stargates. Why not? And this is getting to a number where I once again like it. But as I say that, that's quite a lot of battle cruisers for Kevin. So yeah, don't want to see a straight up fight anytime soon. Maybe get up to like 20 Void Rays before you go for anything, but let's see. Void Rays with their prismatic alignment can beam down armored units very, very quickly. And now Timbo with how many? 15? Looks like he wanted to move out, maybe not, I don't know. Maybe he's waiting for his +2, or what's happening here? Kevin, he is going for his 4th and 5th bases. He is macroing up pretty wildly. This observer has been spotting everything. And now Timbo going to get some carriers. I don't think carriers are really the best option against battle cruisers. I feel like just Void Rays by themselves are good enough, but let's see how it goes. Timbo does have a 2 upgrade advantage, and not gonna go in actually. Alright, maybe just posturing, trying to flex on his opponent. Not sure what that was all about. And more carriers in production. I'd like to see those Tempests, really. Carriers, they can get 2-shotted by Yamatos, and it's pretty brutal to just lose your carriers like that. Tempests, they can like sit in the back, they have ridiculous range, so it's more difficult for the Yamatos to hit. And now Timbo looking for a fight here, gonna clean up these missile turrets, but here come the battle cruisers. Yamato's gonna take out a few of the Void Rays here, and now we're gonna see a fight. This is chaos. I don't know what's happening. Battle cruisers automatically going for the interceptors. No target fire from Kevin. That's a big mistake. And all of a sudden, down to only 4 battle cruisers. SCV is not even going to repair, and so it looks like all these battle cruisers are going to go down. Definitely a mistake from Kevin not targeting the units there. They were automatically going for the interceptors, and that was a very good fight for Timbo Slice, who is sitting on 3-3 now for his air units. You still can't really stick around with the mass repair and the missile turrets. That was a bit questionable there. A supply lead in the favor of the Protoss currently, who didn't spend his money amidst all that, so he's floating a lot. And now we see 4 battle cruisers teleporting in. They are going to fight these 4 carriers. And who wins this fight? It looks like, well, with the Void Rays backing up, it should be the Protoss. And now Timbo finally remembering that he has Stargates, going to start up 5 more carriers. He does have this secret base. I guess it's a secret. I mean, it's kind of one of the only bases he could have taken. It was either that or this. So he does have 5 bases. Kevin did lose this one, so he is on 4. Timbo going up to 6 as well. And spending his money getting additional carriers. I still think more Void Rays would be helpful. Going for a mothership as well, that big mama ship cloaking everything. And 3-3 upgrades, as I said before, but could benefit from shield upgrades. I mean, why not at this point? It helps a little bit. And Kevin throwing down barracks? Is he just going to transition into a mass marine style? That's a little bit crazy. You don't have the upgrades for it. But maybe if you get 3-3 bio, stim, combat shields, everything, then maybe. But yeah, that's kind of a long ways away. Kevin landing his main at this 4th location now. And that is some much needed income. Maybe much needed isn't the right term because he's got so much in the bank, but still gotta think about the future here. Gotta prepare for retirement and getting this 6th base as well. So we have found ourselves in a split map situation on Curious Minds, the smallest map in the map pool, and somehow we are getting a long macro game. And the 18-minute 2-stalker harass, super standard here. Gonna pick off a bunch of SCVs. The SCV's going for a citizen's arrest. Gonna get the first stalker and gonna get a 2nd stalker as well. 5 SCVs do pay the iron price there. And Timbo now with a very scary golden armada. He's got a couple Tempests sprinkled in. He's got that mothership. He's got 3-3 on these Skytoss units. And looks like he is thinking of moving out, maybe? 4 more Stargates down here. That is extreme. That puts him at 9? I think. Let me pull out my abacus. 5 plus 4 is 9. Yeah. Got some quick maths for you. And yeah, 0-0 Marines. Not going to do a whole lot against this army. That's what I was talking about. If you had like 10 minutes to just slowly get up to 3-3 and all your upgrades, then maybe. But as it stands, no. Battlecruiser's gonna Yamato down the mothership real quick. That's minus 400 resources, but look at the rest of the Skytoss army. I don't think Kevin has the tools necessary. I mean, he's down to 100 supply. gonna lose this space, and these few battle cruisers, I am not very confident in their ability, but whoa, that is a big ballsy move, teleporting all these battle cruisers in. Are we gonna see a base trade? I guess so. I don't. Doesn't look like Timbo intends to move back, and all these carriers. Did you? Well, okay. Recalling half of them, I guess. To the bottom left. Okay. I mean, all these carriers could just kill all these buildings super quickly. I feel like at this point, why not go for a base trade? It's going to take the Terrans so long, but this is how you could potentially throw the game. Engage with half your army and lose half of that to Yamatos, and then next is the other half. But let's see what happens here, because yeah, the Valkyrie is gonna defeat that part of the army. Timbo gonna rejoin them with the rest, and now he regroups. Does he have enough? Kevin gotta make sure to target fire there. But yeah, Timbo is so rich. I think he should just be able to clean this up. Some SCVs helping out with the repair, and yeah, it's closer than it really should have been, but additional carriers coming out now, and that's gonna be it. GG, Timbo up 2